So let us learn merge function today. Unlike concatenate function, which joins two or more data frame along the row or column, merge joins two or more data frames on the basis of common columns. Okay, so let us see how merge function works. For this we will be needing three data frames. So first two I'm going to copy from my previous example. Okay, we have this df1 is here and we have df2. Okay, so now these are my two data frames. Let us print these two, print df1 and let's say print df2. Okay, now notice these two data frames, we have common id column, we have feature column also, but there is none of the value which is matching with each other. But in id column 1 and 2 are matching, 6 7 8 and 3 4 5 are not matching. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create another data frame. Here is my dictionary for data frame 2, so 3 actually. df3 is equals to pt dot data frame. Let's pass dummy underscore data 3 and pass columns. Columns is equals to, let's say, id, different column, this time feature 3. Okay, so we have another data frame. Now you can notice the difference in the two structures. We have a unique column in data frame 3. Okay, now let us create another data frame by concatenate function. df, let's call it row, is equals to pt dot concat. Let's specify the list of data frame df1 and df2. Okay, that will be fine, and let's execute this command and print this row. Okay, now here I have a data frame. 1 and 2 IDs are repetitive, 3 4 5 6 7 8 are non-repetitive. And similarly, see my data frame 3, you will notice we have unique IDs 1 2 3 up to 11, and notice 9 10 and 11 are not present in our df row. Okay, so let's use a merge function. So df underscore m is equals to pd dot merge is the function. Now I must specify my data frame df, let's say row, which we have created here, df row, and then pass another data frame, let's say df3, and then specify the join condition or a merge condition or common column in both the data frames. So is equals to, let's say, id. Okay, so now you can see we have dfm and we have used a merge function, and we have specified the two data frames, and then we have specified on which column we want to merge. Okay, let's try to print this and see the result and discuss it. Now you can see my data frame is created and see how it is merged. Now you can see my id feature 1 and feature 2 are from my data frame row. You can see this. Okay, AB and KL, you can see AB and KL. So my data frame is created and it is re-indexed as well, and my feature 3 comes from my newly created data frame, that is df3. You can notice this. Now here you can see feature has, for id is equals to 1, feature has value is equals to 12, and now in the result you can see my 1 is here and 12 is here, my 1 is here and 12 is here. So my id is repetitive and so 12 is repetitive. You can see because it acts like a inner join. Non-common values are left out. You can see 8 9 and 10 11 are not present in my df row, but these are present in my df3. So 9 10 11 are left out. Okay, now question arises, if we have two similar data frames but common columns do not have the same name. Okay, so how to do that? So let us create a data frame. Okay, so I will be creating a data frame. Let's say this is my data frame. Okay, let's copy it, change the name of the data frame, let's say df4, and instead of a id, let's say role. Okay, just the name and specify role. Okay, now I have a df4 and let's have let's print these two, print df4 and print df3. Now you can see I have a common column, values are matching, but these two do not have same common name. How to merge these two data frame together now? So let's do it. df5 is equals to pd dot merge. Let's specify our data frames df3 comma df4. Okay, so my left is underscore on parameter, my left is left side, you can see df3 is my left side, and in df3 my column name is id, and on right side, right underscore on, my column name is roll number. So if you have two columns which are common but their name are not common, then you can use this way of merging. Okay, you can pass left underscore on and right underscore on parameter to merge these. Okay, let's print the s5, and now you can see. Okay, so my values are matched. You can see 1, 2, 7 and 8, though we have many more values. Okay, now you can see we have 3, 4, 5 which are left out. Okay, and 9, 10, 11 which are left out. Only common values are included in the result. So in this way we can merge. Okay, now in previous example we have seen that only common rows from both the data frames are present, but the rows which are not common, or IDs which are not common, when IDs are not common, they are left out. Now what we want all the rows from all the data frames. For example, if I want all the rows from data frame 3, let's say I want 9, 10, 11 also, and 3, 4, 5 also, okay, which are not present in our data frame, okay, 4. So now how to do this? So we have to apply a outer join for this. In full outer join, data frame resulted will contain all records from both the data frames and fill in NaNs for missing matches on either side. You can perform full outer join by specifying how argument as outer in the merge function. Okay, so let's do it. df6 is equals to, let's say, pd dot merge merge, and let's specify df3 comma df4 and specify, let's say, left underscore on is equals to id and right underscore on is equals to, let's say, roll number. And another parameter that we have to specify is how. Okay, how is equals to, let's say, outer. Okay, now let us run this code and try to print this df6. Now notice 3, 4, 5 are missing in our data frame 3. Okay, now you can see we have a data frame 3, and in data frame 3 we have 3, 4, 5, but in data 4 corresponding values are not there. Okay, so instead of these values we are having null values. So data frame 4, the data from data frame 4 is this, and we are getting null values, okay, or NaNs. Or here also you can see NaNs, and you can see NaN for the value 6, since 6 is not present in our data frame 3. So you got it. So we are going to get all the data from both the data frame, matched value are aligned, and for non-matching values we are getting NaN. Okay, so I think this is clear. Okay, let us have one more example of the same, in which we will be using DataFrame 7 and merging DataFrame 2 and 1. Now let us have one more example where we have DataFrame DF7, and now we are going to merge DF1 and 2, and I have common columns, so I will not be using left or right. Instead I will be using on, and how I have used a outer. Okay, and let's try to print this. Okay, in my data frames you will notice df1 and df2. Let's move up and show you the data frame. Okay, all the columns are matching. Okay, and but rows have some common values and some non-common column values. Now let us check this. So in my data frame 2 or df1, you can see I don't have 6, 7 and 8, so my values are nan, and in data frame 2 we don't have 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so the values are filled none. But notice the column headers. So x from the first, that is data frame 2, and y from the data frame 1. Okay, now you can change this default behavior. I'm going to do that only. 8, and let's say 8 have another parameter called suffix is equals to left for df2 and right for df1. Okay, or you can append it like underscore df1 and let's say underscore df2. Okay, it should be 1 and it should be 2. Okay, let's run this. Now my column headers are changed according to the suffix I provided. Okay, now you can see I have provided a tuple, okay, containing 2 values as I have specified 2 data frames. Okay, so this can be easily achieved. Now let us produce inner join. Okay, so before we produce inner join, let us understand what inner join is. The inner join produces only the set of records that matches in both data frame. Okay, so df1 and df2, so only common values or common rows are retrieved. In this case we are going to retrieve only 1 and 2, which are common in both df1 and df2. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, I'm not going to store this, so let's do pd dot merge df1 comma df2 on, let's say, is equals to id, and then specify how is equals to inner. Okay, so this is another value for how attribute. You can see in previous example we have used outer, and here we have used inner. Okay, so only common rows are retrieved. So outer gives you all the rows and inner will give you only common rows. Okay, now let us see what if we want all the rows from df1 and while leaving the df2. So this is called the left outer join, or sorry, this is called left join. Okay, let's do this. pd dot merge df1 comma df2 comma on is equals to id, and then specify how is equals to left. Okay, let's run this. Now you can see all the rows from my df1 are retrieved, and while the result is produced, matching rows are aligned and have the values. For non-matching values we don't have any value or NaN is specified. Similarly, we can achieve right join. pd dot merge, and we can specify df1 comma df2 comma on is equals to id, and then specify how is equals to, let's say, right. Okay, so in this case, okay, I missed this r here, so let's do this. and now you can see, so my all the rows from DataFrame 2 are retrieved, while common rows are aligned and have the value from DataFrame 1, but rest are initialized with the NaN. Okay, so in this way you can perform left, right, inner or outer join. Okay, now let us perform a join operation on row indexes. Okay, for this we have a special attributes, or we have special parameters, right underscore index and left underscore index. So let us use this. Okay, pt dot merge, let's say df1 comma df2. Instead of a column, I want right index and row index. Okay, so right underscore index is equals to, let's say, true, comma left underscore index is equals to true. So now my merging will be done on the basis of my index values. Now you can notice 0 index is aligned with the index value of the DataFrame 2. Okay, and similarly 1 of DataFrame 1 is aligned with df2 1. Okay, so in this way indexes are considered while merging and columns are ignored. Okay, so I think this can be easily achieved. So in this way we can learn merging. So this concludes our topic, and hope you have grasped how to use merge function. Okay, so see you soon. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.